I knew something was wrong when Ruby stopped answering my texts the morning after I said no. It wasn't a fight. It wasn't shouting. It was just one word from me. No. And suddenly she was gone from my life. No calls, no replies, nothing. She vanished like I had never existed. Ruby had asked me to lie. She wanted me to tell Tom she was with me, when in truth she was sneaking out to meet Elliot. I froze when she asked, because I had never lied for her before. She looked at me with wide eyes, like my answer would decide everything. When I said, I can't, I felt the air shift between us. The next day, Ruby didn't wait for me outside school like always. We used to walk together every morning since we were 10. But now, she crossed the street when she saw me. She laughed louder with other people, looked straight through me, and acted like I wasn't there. The silence hurt more than words ever could. At home, my mum noticed I was quiet. She asked if something had happened with Ruby. I wanted to say everything, but I also wanted to protect Ruby's secret. The weight of what I refused to do pressed on my chest. I thought friendship meant honesty, but now I wondered if friendship meant lying when asked. I saw them together by accident, Ruby and Elliot, sitting close at the corner of a cafe, hands brushing across the table. She looked so alive, so different from how she looked with Tom. My stomach turned. I knew if Tom ever found out, it wouldn't just break his heart. It would destroy everything Ruby had built. Tom showed up at my door one evening, holding flowers for Ruby. He thought she was with me, like always. My chest tightened as he asked, "Have you seen her?" I nodded, no. My voice caught in my throat. His trust in me made my stomach twist, because he had no idea that I knew the truth. Ruby didn't just avoid me now. She iced me out completely. When I tried to wave, she turned her back. When I walked into the cafe where we used to sit, she left without a word. It felt like she was erasing me from her life on purpose, like cutting me out was easier than facing what I wouldn't do for her. Soon, people started whispering. I heard my name mixed with hers in hushed tones. Ruby must have told them something, because suddenly I was the villain. People stared when I passed. Some smirked. Others frowned. My best friend's silence had turned into a storm of rumors, and I was drowning in it. I finally cornered Ruby behind the library. My voice shook as I asked, "Why are you doing this?" She glared at me like I was the enemy. "Because you betrayed me," she hissed. My chest burned. Betrayal? I hadn't lied for her, that was all. But in her eyes, that one word, no, was the same as stabbing her in the back. That night, I cried into my pillow until it was soaked. I thought about the years we spent together, sharing secrets, sneaking out for late-night walks, dreaming about the future. All gone, because I wouldn't cover her affair. I realized then, sometimes the people we love most can turn into strangers overnight. Tom started asking more questions. "Are you sure Ruby's been with you?" His eyes searched mine, heavy with suspicion. I wanted to scream the truth, but I swallowed it. Protecting him meant hurting myself. Every lie I didn't tell made me look guiltier in his eyes. Ruby didn't show up for my birthday. No call, no text, no gift. For the first time in years, my cake had one less candle blown out. My mum tried to cheer me up, but I felt the gap where Ruby should have been. It wasn't just a missing friend. It was a missing part of my life. I saw Elliot more often now. He wasn't just at the cafe. He was picking Ruby up in his car, walking her home when Tom wasn't around. Every time I saw him, my stomach twisted tighter. I hated him, but part of me hated Ruby more for dragging me into her secret and punishing me when I wouldn't play along. My mom finally sat me down. "That girl is not your friend anymore," she said firmly. I wanted to fight back, to defend Ruby, but the words stuck in my throat. Deep down, I knew my mom was right, but admitting it felt like letting go of a sister. Ruby cornered me in front of others. "You think you're better than me?" she spat, her voice sharp enough to cut. People watched, waiting for me to fire back. But I stayed silent, my cheeks burning, my heart breaking. The girl I grew up with was gone, replaced by someone I didn't recognize. I overheard Ruby's friends whispering that Elliot had been seen with another girl too. My chest clenched. She had risked everything, Tom, me, her whole image, for someone who wasn't even loyal to her. I almost wanted to warn her, but then I remembered she wouldn't even listen to me now. Tom showed up at school one day, smiling faintly, but I saw the cracks in it. He asked me, "Do you think Ruby's happy?" I froze. He didn't know yet, but he felt it. His smile didn't reach his eyes anymore. It was like watching someone carry a secret weight they couldn't name. I opened my phone and realized Ruby had blocked me on every app. No messages, no photos, no trace of our years together. It was like I had been erased from her life completely. The worst part was how easy she made it look. At work, Daniel noticed I wasn't myself. "Rough day?" he asked, his tone gentle. I barely knew him, but his kindness was a lifeline. For the first time in weeks, I felt seen. Not as Ruby's ex-friend, not as the girl in the rumors, but as me. I wrote Ruby a long letter one night. I told her everything. How much I missed her. How much her silence hurt. How I only said no because I loved her enough not to let her destroy herself. But I never sent it. The letter sat folded in my drawer, heavy with words she'd never read. Tom finally caught Ruby in a lie. He came to me, shaking, and asked, "She wasn't with you last night, was she?" My lips pressed shut. My silence was enough. His face fell, and in that moment, I knew the secret was no longer safe. The next day, Ruby stormed into the cafe where I worked. Her voice was loud, sharp, and full of fury. "You ruined everything!" she screamed. Customers stared. My hands shook, but I didn't say a word back. I realized no matter what I did, I would always be her scapegoat. I later heard Elliot had left town. Just like that, gone. No goodbye, no explanation. Ruby had burned her bridges for him, and now he had walked away without looking back. My chest hurt for her, but also, part of me thought, this was the cost of the lies she asked me to carry. I caught Ruby crying in the bathroom at school, mascara running, hands gripping the sink. For the first time, she looked small. Our eyes met in the mirror. She wanted me to comfort her. I could feel it, but I walked away. I couldn't fix what she had broken. When people asked about Ruby, I stopped answering. I let the whispers die on their own. My silence wasn't weakness anymore. It was power. I didn't need to defend myself. I didn't need to defend her either. For the first time, I felt a small kind of freedom. Tom finally ended things. I saw him hand Ruby back her bracelet in the school courtyard. She begged, cried, even reached for his hand, but he pulled away. His face was cold, like all the love had drained out. Watching it happen was like seeing a story unfold in real time. Ruby stopped coming to school for weeks. Her chair sat empty beside mine, the same seat she had claimed since childhood. I thought I would feel relief, but instead I felt a hollow ache. Even after everything, the silence of her absence echoed louder than her voice ever did. Daniel became my anchor. He didn't ask about Ruby. He didn't push me to explain. He just showed up, with a smile, with a joke, with a kind word when I needed it most. Slowly, I realized I didn't need Ruby's approval anymore. I could build something new with people who truly saw me. Months later, I saw Ruby again on a rainy street in London. She looked thinner, older, like the weight of her choices had drained her. Our eyes met under the glow of a street lamp. For a second, I thought she might say something, but she just turned and kept walking, leaving me in the rain with nothing but memories. I finally understood. Her ghosting me wasn't my ending. It was hers. She chose lies. She chose betrayal. I chose honesty. I lost her, yes, but I gained myself. And sometimes that's the only story worth holding on to.